And it is now post time for the Preakness.
Well, welcome back, race fans. Wow, what a derby. Bob Baffert did it again. Oh, do I mean that he won another derby? Or that he got caught again doping his horse? You think they're going to disqualify Medina Spirit from his derby win? Well, we're going to have to wait and see on that. Medina Spirit ran a great race in the derby, no doubt about that. But there was only one length that separated the top four finishers. And because of that, Medina Spirit is definitely a vulnerable horse in today's Preakness. Also, he can be beaten. I mean, he's not invincible by any means. I'll still submit to you that the best horse in the Derby was my top pick, Essential Quality. Medina Spirit got the perfect trip, but Essential Quality got bounced around, bumped around at the start of the race, was forced 4 wide around both turns, and all that means he had to run 68 feet longer than the winner. Now, 68 feet converts to 5 or 6 lengths, and given that Essential Quality only lost by a length, had he gotten a better trip, he would have probably won by 4 or 5 lengths in that race. Now, 20 horses in the Derby is too many, I got to tell you, and I'm not alone in that opinion. The Derby is the only race in America that allows 20 horses. All the others cap it at 14. It gets very crowded, especially at the start. And it's not uncommon that a horse that gets in trouble in the Derby and doesn't win turns around and wins the Preakness. It happens all the time. Horses like War of Will, Hansel, A Fleet Alex, just to name a few. Looking at Lucky is another one. So it happens all the time. So let me tell you about the Preakness. Let's get on to that. Here are my top contenders. Number 1 is Concert Tour. Concert Tour did not run in the Derby, but going into his last race in the Arkansas Derby, he was undefeated. Now, he likes to run on the pace, and he ran against a very lively pace, but tired in the stretch, and finished 3rd. Now, that could mean he's in trouble trying to go 1 mile and 3/16, which is the distance of today's Preakness. Or it could mean that since he's rested up, he'll use that as experience and he'll leap forward from that and perform better today. So he's definitely a contender. Then you have my other contender, Medina Spirit. Of course, won the Derby, but because it was of the narrowest of margins, he is very vulnerable and can be beaten, but you got to respect his speed. He likes to run in the front with the front runners. 3rd, I got Midnight Bourbon. Now, Midnight Bourbon also likes to be up there with the front runners, and he's shown that in most of his races, except the Derby. The Derby, he got a bad start and then he got bumped around, so he was one of those horses that got in trouble, was not able to run his race. So expect him to turn that around today and run back to his normal style. He's got the speed to stay with the front runners, and he could be the last one standing in this race. He also gets Irad Ortiz as a jockey change. Irad Ortiz is the top jockey in America. So we expect big things out of him potentially. And my last contender is going to be Ram. Ram is a newcomer. He did not run in the Derby. He did not run in any of the Derby Triple Crown prep races. He's a late developing but fastly improving 3-year-old colt. He won his last race at a mile in great time and in great style with a big win. He's trained by the Hall of Fame trainer, Wayne D. Lucas. If many of you can remember way back, Wayne D. Lucas used to dominate the Triple Crown races back in the 80s and early 90s. So look for Ram. he likes to stalk the pace, stay just off the front runners, and then come on at the end. So here's how I see the race developing. I see Concert Tour, Medina Spirit, and Midnight Bourbon all vying for the lead. And because of that, I expect a fairly lively pace. And because it should be a fast time, I think they'll tire themselves out just enough to set it up for a little bit of a closer, which will be Ram. I expect Ram to come on and pass those front runners late in the stretch and win the Preakness as a long shot. Yeah, he's going to be a big price. So I'm going with the upset. I'm picking Ram first, second Medina Spirit, third Concert Tour, and then Midnight Bourbon. Remember, bet with Greeeg, and I'll see you in the winner's circle. Finally, this is my 45th Preakness. And to pay tribute to that milestone and my gang of buddies who have been there along this trip the whole way, I have something special for you. A little bit of walk down memory lane.